Well, hope processes. So Amy came to me. You guys probably watched her transition a few months ago. As you can see, that's her outgrowth. That's her line of demarcation right there. And she wants me to trim it for her today. So I'm going to trim her hair and show you guys what we're doing. Hang on, let me flip it around. So I can get us on a tripod. And Amy said she doesn't care how much we take off today. She just doesn't like her dried ends, which of course are from all that bleaching that we did. When we bleach artificial hair color, it's a lot harder than what we're doing to Hope's hair. And so Amy's hair suffered much more than Hope's hair. Most important thing when we're trimming hair, if I have curly hair, you should straighten it before you cut it. If you have curly hair and you never ever wear your hair straight, then don't bother. But if you have curly hair and you wear your hair straight, you absolutely should straighten it to cut it. It's a lot easier to see. I always cut hair dry unless my client wears her hair curly and only wears it curly. Everybody else gets a dry cut because I can't see what we're doing. And the other thing that I like to do when it comes to cutting hair is making sure that we prep the hair a little bit before we cut it. Because if not, we end up cutting off things we should not. So if you're going to cut your own hair or you're going to cut your daughter's hair, put it in the shape that you're planning to cut it so that you're already in a successful position. Oh, Amy, I do see the purple now on your hair. Mm-hmm. So Amy and I were talking about purple shampoos. They don't work on my hair. And for some people, they actually stain their hair a little bit. She has just a smidge of violet on it, but I like it. It looks really good. And I think it also is keeping her blonde. I mean, you can hardly even tell where she's got the old bleach. Oh yeah, Amy, you've been taking really good care of your hair. We put Amy's hair through a lot. First of all, let's talk about quantity. Because Amy is probably about 75% white, I had to highlight 75% of her hair. For instance, me, I just have my streaks. So when I highlighted my hair, I just highlighted my streaks. So there was only a little bit of hair that got bleached. In Amy's case, we bleached the majority of her hair. And her hair feels great. Yes, the ends are dry, but they're still attached to her head.
That's important.
It really is. Because it's one of the problems with transitioning. We have to take your hair all the way to the edge, but we're also relying on you to be able to take care of it at home because we can't take care of it for you. And believe it or not, you could do a lot to destroy your hair at home. Combing it when it's wet and bleached. Amy and I talked about, did we talk about that last time, Amy? That your hair's fragile when it's wet?
Yes.
So that in itself right there will keep you from wrecking your hair. Hope, I don't know if you heard that part, if your mom told you that, but once you bleach your hair, when it's wet, it's fragile. When it's dry, it's strong. So combing out your tangles when your hair is still wet and you have bleach on your hair is one of the worst things you can do. Just let it dry and the tangles will fall out. Even if you're a tangly person, the tangles will fall out. But also the hair becomes more slippery and completely, for the most part, will detangle just from drying.
Leave-in conditioner help,
A lot.
The regular conditioner and then after I use leave-in conditioner.
And you're using oil too, yes?
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
Coconut? Olive oil?
one of those hair oil.
Oh, the probably argan or one of those. Yep.
What about that? You know, like the lotion you use and the curls?
Oh, that's more like a cream. That helps, but the oil helps to freeze a lot more.
Yeah, it weighs it down. Amy, did you end up toning your hair at all?
I did tone it 3 times.
3 times.
But they fade so quickly, so recently I have not touched it.
Well, it doesn't look like it needs to be, is what I was asking. It looks, I can't believe how much, I think it's your purple shampoo. I think it's really taking care of it for you. You know, purple shampoo, I did a thing on purple shampoo. It's so amazing for some people, but for me, it doesn't do anything for my hair. I don't have porous hair like Amy does. Even if she didn't have bleach on her hair, she has porous hair. It's her hair type. Hope has the same type of hair. I think it's probably one of the biggest reasons why the purple works so great on her hair. So the silkier your hair is, I think the less effective the purple shampoo is. Your hair grows so fast, Amy.
That's great.
What month did we do your transition? Do you remember?
I think in April.
April. Wow. And if you guys are wondering, we're all wearing masks. I think we're all vaccinated, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, we are all vaccinated, but you know, the vaccine is not bulletproof. It never was claimed to be bulletproof. And the Delta variant seems to be really aggressive. So even though we live in an area that we don't have a mask mandate right now, but we are all just choosing to mask up and protect one another. I noticed that when I go to stores, everybody's in a mask. Is it like that for you guys in the South Bay too?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
And the stores are not requiring, they're just asking. But the citizens are so considerate that they're just doing it. I haven't asked any of my clients to come with a mask, and every single one has come with a mask. We just want to get through this next wave safely. Yeah, I call my vaccine my superpowers.
Yeah, I saw this video where this guy was like, I'm gonna collect all like 5 different brands of vaccine and then I will become the most powerful.
Right? We gotta get Marvel to do a super character for it.
Yeah.
Alright, so now you guys can see her hair is just laying so much better. It's so easy for me to see what I want to do. Amy has told me I can cut off as much as I want. I'm going to start off with some and then see how she feels and let her decide where she's comfortable. I tell you guys all the time I'm a minimalist with my lifestyle, but I'm also a minimalist with cutting. I don't ever want to chop off someone's hair. I can always cut more, but I cannot put it back on. All right, Amy, head down. The head down, hands straight to the back. That's how you create an even line in the back. Amy has about as thick a hair that I can cut solidly like this. If her hair was any thicker, I would have to pull up sections and do a section at a time. So if you're cutting your own hair or your daughter's hair and you feel like it's too thick, just section up the top and do the very bottom first. Hair cutting rules, you know, I tell you guys everything is scientific. Blunt is weight. Jagged is no weight. So I want weight on my length, on my perimeter, but where I don't want it is in the layers. So if you've ever had a hairstylist give you layers and the hair felt really heavy still, it's because they gave you blunt layers. And what a blunt layer looks like, move to the side. When you take hair, I'm going to do it right now, and go straight like this, yes, I am giving Amy layers. But I'm also giving her layers that look like chop marks in her hair. See if I can, yep, there we go. So it looks very choppy. But the most important thing, it's very weighted. So instead of her hair moving and having movement, the layers are just going to hang. And it's really fun when clients come in and they have this type of haircut and they're like, I don't know what's wrong. I just can tell you that my hair just doesn't feel right. It's all I do is I will take this client, I'm going to purposely put in some more blunt ones. I will take this client that has this thick, straight across layer. I won't even change their length. I will just change the fact that this is blunt. Okay, now it's no longer blunt. Now, we don't see those layers anymore. They all blend. And this is light and airy. It doesn't just hang. So hair cutting rules, straight, blunt is weight, feathered or jagged is weightless. So we want weightless layers, you want jagged layers. So I actually take length and do the jagged at the same time. My clients, when they're watching me for the first time, a lot of times they're like, oh my God, what is she doing to my hair? Hair's flying everywhere. But then when I turn them around and they see that they still have hair on their head, they're like, okay, I'm good now. The reason why most hairdressers cut wet is because that's what we were taught in beauty school. Amy was asking me about Hope's highlight. When it's time to touch it up and it grows out, will we run lightener through the ends where we already lightened the hair? And the answer is no. We would just be touching up the new growth. And we would bring the lightener there, just to the line of demarcation from the old color to her virgin hair. If you re-bleach hair, it ruins hair. There's times when we can get in there and relighten hair to some degree, but not endlessly. Is it feeling lighter, Amy?
Mm-hmm.
I bet. All her layers pretty much had grown out, so.
I got layer. I trust you.
Well, layering is a funny thing. A lot of layers is too much work. Not enough layers is heavy hair. So there's definitely a balance how much layering you want to do. And then another one. Amy has really thick hair. So one of the things I will do with her that I rarely do with people is this bottom layer right here. I will come in here and reduce the weight of that hair, but not the length. And it's just because she has so much hair. Much more than the average human. And you can even see where she's too thick. Now around the face, even though this is her perimeter, I don't want it to be straight across because it will look really unnatural. Ooh, this chair needs some oil. It's making some squeaks. It's really interesting, Amy, how you have this dark band around your hairline.
Yeah. I found that fascinating.
It really is cool.
You know, someday I'm like, I like it. But
Yeah.
most of the time I'm like, I'm not sure. Why is it like this?
But no, I like it because you're going to like it more when it's all yours. Because it's going to be darker and look more dimensional. It'll actually add some uniqueness to your silver.
You didn't see my phone, did you?
Yes, I have it. Sorry.
That's okay, do you need it?
No, I'm done with it. You're welcome. Hope, what time is it?
12:02.
It's time to check your packets again. So what I'm looking at is just trying to figure out, because Amy told me that I could cut off as much as I want, but I want to be able to tell her how much she needs to take off if she wants to take all the rest of the old color off. And I'm thinking, Amy, it's too much. we probably need to go, well, that's up to you, I should say. We probably need to do another 2 inches. Let's see, can we even see back there?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, it's fine. This way.
You think that's enough? So we could take off more.
It's, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Because I do
Rather
go
have it
on
longer.
hair too. And
Mm-hmm.
we're not ready to take off that much.
Yeah, I think 2 inches would be too much.
That would be like a really short bar.
Mhm. And the thing that helps your hair, and I'm sure Hope you know this too, length. It controls that poof.
Right. Yeah.
All right, let's give it a quick little bump, and then we're gonna check Hope's packets. So that's another video that I did. Don't cut your hair unless you really want short hair. Especially if you're transitioning, because if you hate your hair color and then you cut your hair short and you hate your hair cut, then you're just really in a miserable place. Short hair is not for everybody. Some people love short hair. Some people, it's not their thing. My mom was always a short-haired person. She loved short hair. I don't like my hair short. I've done it once, and that was enough for me. For me, it didn't give me enough options. But do I love short hair? Oh, yes, I do. There's some people who look amazing with short hair, and not so great with long hair. So cut your hair short if you love short hair, but if you don't, just wait it out. You're better off. Ooh, Amy, you got some beautiful hair.
Thank you.
I tell all you Asians, you stood in the hair line when God was passing out the hair and kicked a few people out of the way, stole their hair. Because wow, isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. And then Amy has naturally curly hair. We talked about this. So if you're that person, like everybody's different, you're like, oh, those little hairs around my. If you don't like these little hairs, you have to take the time to just do a real small section right around the face if you want to get rid of those little flyaways. But most of us don't care, and we won't be bothered with the process of fixing the flyaways.
How do you style band? Like, do you just straight them or?
Give it, you definitely want to give it,
right?
yes, give it a bend so that it will. So what I like to do with mine is I go forward even though I know I'm not going to wear them forward.
Mm-hmm.
So just give it a bend, let that cool off. And then you can throw it back. The young kids call these curtain bangs, Amy. I don't know why. Hope, can you help us out?
Well, it falls forward like a curtain and covers your eyes.
Oh, but they don't do that.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So did you hear the explanation? She said because they're supposed to like cover your eye, but they actually don't wear them that way. But I love the explanation. Now I get the curtain.
Oh, they just come up with new term.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Thank
It's
you.
always new terms. All right, Hope. Let's see what we got. Oh, let me get this hair out there. There we go. Next one's down again. Ah, much better. Oh, thank you, Amy. And then, yep, let's flip it. There we go. Now I know you guys could see the difference in that color, even you, Amy, huh? From just a few minutes ago, it just came up just a smidge brighter. The brightness is what we need. And look, her hair is still, lightener always puffs up like that. But her hair is still in great condition. There's nothing wrong with that hair. All right. I'm going to take these back packets out, rinse them off, and we're going to wait for the rest to come up. And when it all does, we'll come back and show you guys what this looks like. Thanks for watching Amy's haircut. And there's our color we're looking for. That's the magic. Call that the money color, right? Look at that. That's what you're looking for when it comes to getting the hair light enough for either blue tips, transitioning, and guess what else? Blondes. I don't care if you want to be a light brown head, a beautiful platinum blonde, a beautiful golden blonde. We have to get you this light. We've got to get past all the orangey, weird tones in order to create a beautiful hair color. See you in a few minutes. Thanks again for watching.